All right, something like that. I believe we're on. We'll seem to be connecting. So cool. Right, back again. So last time I didn't really quite finish off what I actually intended to start, but I did manage to rectify some issues that have been bugging me for quite a while. I in fact afterwards learned how to do what do you call it? Ragdoll deaths and things. So I need to try and figure out how to like combine it with an animation and things. But for now, it's a little overkill, but it works. So it looks a bit more realistic already. They do tend to fall off of cliffs, however, but we'll cross that bridge another time, I'm sure. um, I attempted to fix my projectile issues as they were going through buildings, and they still are, so I need to investigate that. But for now, there's a couple of things that I can do to save on an element of performance, or at least object creation and things. So in the tasks, the reload action could actually be done once in here. So we just forward declaration, view property, and then reloading here. We do this, and we do if not reload action. There we go, and then we can do the same concept in the AI. So we go here, and we simply do if not reload task, and then reload task equals new objects. And in theory, I'm curious, create field. Whoops. New property. Make this protected somewhere. Or private. Private's probably easier. There we go. So now it only creates one instance of a reload task and keeps reapplying it. So that's cool. That's job done. And I mean, I could in fact do this on possess. Um, unpossessed. There we go. Blah 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 blah. We'll just do this. I don't know. That's all kind of linked. So if I do this, and then we want to do the same in the player controller. And I really ought to make a interface or standard object for this kind of stuff, a component or something. But for now, I'll allow some duplication between the controllers. Yeah. Forward declaration. We'll just requisition the code here again. Probably best to do this on possess as well. So there's a lot of replication between the two. So I'll figure that out at some point. Hang on. Oh. Right. And then reload task. We go, and the same needs to be done down there. Oh. Get rid of that. There we go. So that should be fine. So that will just keep passing the reload task in, and the reload task will just create a new animation action. So we might do the same with this at some point in the future, but the weapon data changes. So I mean, if I wanted to do it properly, I would where are we looking? It's this. So if I go to here, so it's protected. So if I do, I'll just let ReSharper do this because it's easy. Again, says animation length finish. Oh, ah, goodness me. Hang on. Whoops. Come on. Thank you. There we go. So, yeah, let's just finish it off because it would be nice to have it all standardized a bit. Reload tar. Hang on. Forward declaration, key property, animation action. Oh, we just get rid of this. Let me go. If not, animation action, and then animation action dot. Come on. Oh, that's weird. Press the wrong button. Set animation length as currently this is the only thing that changes. Oh, I need to go back onto chat. Oh, hang on. Alexa, stop. That was a timer for something. Apparently, Alexa can't set timers to be bi-weekly, which is weird, or fortnightly, whichever way you want to think about it. So I need to put a to do in here, change to get, and use the from the weapon. So this is where we would instead have a sort of this data. Let's think about this. It would probably be weapon get ranged weapon data, and there would be like a dot animation here, and then this would be a you montage, and we would do something like, I think it's load objects, anima equals load object, something to this effect, and this would be a string which references the animation, blah blah blah, and then it plays the relevant weapon reload animation. So this would be the same gimmick here, and this would instead be the create animation action. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I'm doing it inside the animation itself, but it'd be that. There we go. Right, and then we'll be right with the world. Right, there we go. So that's all good. That's all kind of set up in advance. Something like that anyway. So that's cool. I don't think I need these logs at the moment, so we'll just disable those. I ought to have my own version of this and you pass in a property for like enable log or something. Maybe I'll go and standardize something like that another time. So we go on reload action. Yeah, we got a couple in here. We just want to get rid of any. Okay, that's better. Right, so what I was actually going to do last time was do a weapon swap. So if we close that. So we've actually got one here. Right, so I should actually... this already has character. So all we're doing... So we do this, swap equipment, action equals new object, use swap equipment action. Return C dot character equals character, and then in here, just, oh, whoops. Is it KC? Oh, KU, haha. Character. Include weapon. Okay. And so we need to get the slots. Instance item at slot, do we? So we might need a slot in here, which would be 32 slots. And then we have private slot equals C. It was like, oh, hang on. There we go. And then C dot slot equals slot. And then we have slot. Cool, okay. So this is going to be another task. This action dot can be interrupted equals false. And then we want to do disable player inventory actions here, just in case. That's something we need to consider in the future. So if we go to base player controller, so there should be use equipment, weapon equipped. Here we go, equip weapon slot, right, which is right here. So now this will be another task. So we do this and we do get base character dot get task manager dot perform task. Let's use swap equipment action. Create swap equipment action. This slot. Where does the type come in? Oh, a base character. Oh, Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, that's the action. Because yeah, it's animation and an actual action. Do we have these swap equipment? No, okay, so we need another one for the task. Now I could create like a generic task and it just performs one after the other potentially. I could do, for instance, character task CT equals new objects. And then like CT dot add action, one of those, blah blah blah, and I could do it all in here. But I'd rather do some overkill, over engineering first. Yeah, so we want to create a swap equipment task. And then the task will be an animation and then the swap equipment action. Nope. Right, what have we broken? Oh. Interesting. Don't know how that happened. To view. There's something. I wonder how that's occurred. Okay. Who knows? I'll just yeah, I've not made any changes to it. How odd. Oh, whatever. So in theory, we should be able to press the reload button and then try and do a weapon swap, and it will do one and then the other shortly afterwards. So we should be able to fire a weapon, reload and press the swap weapon button, and then vice versa, press reload whilst we're doing a weapon swap. Once I've added the missing task. And then that means the player can't accidentally do one whilst the other's occurring, and then we have the basis for everything else, essentially. I did fix the collision for these, finally. Something got rid of it at some point, so You can actually walk on shit. Oh, and I tried to learn how to do like a metal grated fence, but it's terrible. And it's glitchy as fuck for some reason, so I'll come back to that another time. That's not important. I was relearning how to use my 3D modeling tools, and it's been a while. Oh, have I just called it the wrong way thing? Yeah, okay. Okay, don't worry then. Not pause, stop. Right, we did have one, and it's one of these. Whatever. See if I care. Right, so, let's think about this. So I probably want to commandeer some code from the reload task. So yeah, I need to override this. Equipment swapping here. Interesting. Wonder what happens if you do leave the debug there. That shouldn't. Oh no, it does. Okay, yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay. So normally we'd perform some kind of check potentially. So let's see, is there... We know we're not going to be reloading. We probably want to like check the player's inventory to see whether it's... No, because that's the whole point of this. I've disabled inputs when you die. So you can't press the buttons. Trying to think of what states the player could be in that would cause this to be problematic. I don't think there are any. Yeah, so we need something similar to this. So okay, so if we go here, this is all private, but I'll just denote it anyway. So we want you. Equipment action for declaration. Let's just call it swap action. You property. Again, these can be the same. Just update the data in them basically. And then we want you animation action. Animation action. One of those. I was going to put this under here so it doesn't complain about that. This makes it, this is all private, so private, that definition there was a bit redundant, but that's whatever. So we're going to want to requisition this because it's the same core concept. Equipment swap task. And in this case, because we don't have something here, we're just going to put an arbitrary, like 1.5 seconds. But this again would be the animation, and then it would be based on the actual animation completion. So it's the perform task thing. So we want reload task. Basically want to do this. I don't care about that at the moment. Might as well make that right, even if it's not being used. This is probably going to be... Well, this would be like weapon... I'm not sure how weapon swap animations work between different weapons in other games. I think it's the same in all of them, unless they come from a different location. So, I don't know. Swap action. So we have swap action. Action equals U. Swap equipment action. Blah blah blah. Does this not have... Honestly... And this needs... this just needs to know the slot. Because it's the equipment that we're swapping to, I think. So this is checking we don't swap the same weapon. And let's just we'll, just simplify this a bit. Item not items print. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to achieve here. Though it's weird that that would be a possibility. So I don't know. Instance item ID. Getting the equip weapon ID and checking it's not the same one at the slot. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would never happen. I don't know. Yeah, don't know. Whatever. Blah blah blah, and then it does all of this. This would happen almost instantly, so it's going to be hard to like prove this for the most part. But we can prove that we can reload and then do this. We'll get there. Okay, so this just needs the slot. This is interesting now that this one does actually have variable information. So this task would need to be created newly, potentially. Oh no, I'm being an idiot. Hang on. Let's keep this simple. New property, int32, slot, void, set slot. So I can actually do this manually. I just prefer not to. Okay, so now come into the player controller. We go here. In this case, we do this. Oh, Wait, did the reload task have one? Oh no, it didn't. Okay, fair enough. So if we go in here and we go to wherever the reload one is, should be up here. Oh, goodness me. For declaration, new property, don't need that. If not, where? That. Set it to the new one. Oh, equals, new objects, equipment swap task, and then dot set slot. Oh, hang on. Actually, just put that under there. That deals with both slots. Put that in there. There we go. I think that will do it. This will dynamically get the character information every time it's run. We're going to here, and then we just do swap action dot set. Okay, this needs a set slot as well. We come back in here. I'll just give it an else because it's kind of redundant, but never know. Okay. So in theory, so run the temporary animation. So it's a 1.5 second thing. So we'll see what happens. And in theory, I should press the button to swap weapon, press reload, and it will attempt to weapon swap, and then queue up the reload task. So if I then go to the task manager, we should, for the first time, get this. And one of the ones in here. So we're not the same class, so the player hasn't like spammed reload or something. So that's good. Okay, so the best way to test this. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Error reading register value. Oh, we got the get world from there. Hang on. Simple fix. That should do it. Oh, no. What am I doing? Right. Right. Oh, goodness me. It's taking its time there. Right, round two. So, I swap weapon. Interesting. Current task. Okay, so the current task hasn't finished yet. Okay. So it's not ending. So let's just see if I've done anything silly. Perform next action. Pardon me. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Create weapon, get inventory, set equipped weapon. Set slot. Form task. Six. Swap action. Animation action. Oh, hang on. I need to say that the action's been complete. That's why. Reload action. There we go. That's all it will be. Right. It's just not telling it that anything's gone right or not. Simple mistake. Kind of the whole point. Right. Cool. No. Okay. Hey, right. So you've got a knife in one hand. Uh, oh, MP5's on two. So one is knife, two is MP5. And I can't spam them. Okay. If I go to this, so we're gonna shoot the MP5. I'm gonna hit reload in one. Oh. So what it should do is reload and then swap weapon. Hey. And if I go back, should be a reloaded weapon. Oh yeah. So now, if I shoot and press 1 then R, and it will try and reload the knife, which it can't. So if I go back, success. And if I shoot this and I press 2 and R, it will try and re-equip my main weapon, which it can't, and then reload it. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we're in a state now where the reload isn't working, so let's look into that. So it is trying to do it. Why are we, what? Oh, okay. Um, hmm. So it seems to think it's doing it. So we're at 92. If I press reload, nothing happens. The character won't have changed. Let's see. Something's not being updated, basically. Oh. Is this the... Hmm. Equipped weapon, projectile weapon. Oh. Hang on. I'm in the wrong place if I want to check that. So equals false. Character. Weapon. Equipped weapon. Somewhere. No, it's projectile. Why? Damn, some part of it isn't updating correctly. I wonder what. Um, let's just put some basic debug in. But I suspect something obvious is going wrong now, at least. Um, thing from, I think it's %s, or I don't know, to, and it's equipped weapon. You don't need that. Hmm. Come on. Huh? Okay, wait. String name equals item data dot name else empty, and it should be name and then weapon. Okay, that should cover that. So now we can see that. Just close this. Why doesn't it? Not enough arguments to print. That not? Hang on. I'll look this up again. What do I have? Got examples in my other projects, but it's take me. I don't know. Hang on. Let me just. Is that how it? Oh, it's UE underscore log. Yeah, it's %s text star. Oh, okay, maybe that's it. that right? This is from one of my old games. Yeah, it's after. Hang on. It's like that. There we go. Okay, if I close others and I put in here swapping failed, we get rid of that. We go. And we go into the task manager. So we've got new task queued. All tasks complete, task complete. So I should be able to see things happening at least. Right, okay. Something weird is going on. I wonder what. It's either the equipment swapping incorrectly, which will be shown by this, or this stuff, or the like reload task isn't updating the bits that it needs to. Let's put that one in as well. Let's just do a quick build for that. It's a bit awkward, this. We shall see. Okay, so we're gonna hit this. So I'm just gonna put this over here. Unfortunately, I have two other bloody AI killing me. Let me just stop them because they're gonna be reloading. Okay, so should be log temp somewhere. Let me clear. We come in here. Okay, so we're in the game, so I'm gonna just press reload. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna swap. That's interesting. If I clear it and then I swap back, swapping from knife to MP5, and then if I clear this, I swap again. Okay, so if I go back to my MP5 and shoot some projectiles, swap back to my knife. I know, appreciate you can't see the game, but the log's the important bit. If I swap and reload, it worked. Okay. So I swapped. So if I now fire reload and swap, Task completed, next task. Okay, it seems to be working now. So if I shoot, reload, and press 1. Oh. Reload and 1. This is where it's falling over. So I now can't press the reload button, but it's not the task system that's broken. So I think it's in the player controller. So let's go find is reloading. Okay, I'm gonna put is reloading false in here because I think that might solve it. Yeah, in fact the whole is reloading thing is pointless. If I get rid of it entirely. Okay, right, because you can't press, like, it won't trigger it again if it's already in the list. Okay, so now, right, so the issue was my accuracy for a start. So I reload and swap to the knife. Swaps to the knife. Obviously there's a delay because of the animation, swap animation. If I swap back, shoot some rounds, swap back to the knife, and then swap and reload, should swap and reload the weapon. Hell yeah. And more importantly, if I swap back to the knife, and I press and hold the left mouse button down, and I swap back to my gun and press reload, it swaps, reloads, and carries on shooting completely uninterrupted. In fact, I could swap to my knife while shooting, and it's probably stabbing. Ugh. Okay. Swap and fire, reload and swap. Swap and reload. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Obviously, it's night time at the moment. I really want to add a flashlight, or at least a light around the player. Let me just do that real quick, because it's yeah. Blueprints, player. Blueprint editor. Right, we'll keep this simple. Want to add point light. And this is going to be called Jeff. Okay? Jeff's very important, okay? He's like the penultimate light in the world, right? There we go. We've got our own personal light. With double shadows. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Alright, we'll just wait for it to get dark. I'm curious as to see that going. I really need to get different animations going. I'll do a velocity check so it switches between walking and power walking. I mean, this is actually kind of an adequate speed given that. Alright, it's getting a bit darker now. No. Actual power walking. Come on, let's get this guy to ragdoll. Ugh. It's amazing that that's automatic. Come on, let's do the bounce. Bounce on it. Come on. Oh god, I think I own it. Hey, you can see obviously we've got our own lovely personal light source now. Oh geez, well, those lights just came on because it's dark. But if I go over here... Wonderful, right, I'm not absolutely blind as a bat. That'll do for now. Good, right. So now if we close this, we just need to do the same premise in the AI, regular AI, right. So we come up here, should basically be copy and paste. Weapon equipped, unpossessed. This is a bit different. However, okay, so we want method entirely. So if we copy that and we just put that there, we put this here, we go there, and then we go here, get that. Blah 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 blah. Go in here, protected, sure. Or declaration, base AI controller. Include that. Generate that. And then in here, we get rid of this and we do equip weapon at slot. ID dot IID dot slot. There's a conversion for that, I think. Oh, it should be. Did I have a conversion for it somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, it's probably best to... I think this should be a gear type weapon. Anyway. So now they should equip a knife. Should do all the usual shit. So let's just find out. I need to go back to my friends. Well, progress is being made because now I've got this proof of concept working. It guarantees that any other tasks that I produce can work in exactly the same way. So I can make jumping a task, rolling, crouching. So you could like reload and press roll, and your character would wait to finish the reload and roll, or ADSing could be a task that would then delay until you finish swapping weapon or reloading and blah blah blah. Right, so we need to find one of these EI, and hopefully... Right, so they should run out of ammo at some point. Oh, actually... Oh, hang on, I need to change the weapon data. I gave them sniper rifles. Give me a second. Yeah, they are currently using sniper, so if I change this, and then change the test weapon to have, I think this is ammo, 10. There we go. We run this, and then we come back. Oh, there we go, right. They should run out about now-ish. Hey, there you go. Obviously, it's not actually, you know, equipped in the right slot. Yeah, it's because they're using a different model. I think before... Let me just figure it out. I think I was using this. Yeah, weapon. Weapon right. Yeah. Let me just check how the weapon stuff works. Oh, create weapon. Valid. New weapon. Um... Ready. Weapon set mesh. Load objects. Interesting. Why does it actually equip? Because it used to go in their hand at least. Just the wrong rotation, among other things. So if I go here, now I've got to go here, here. Interesting. Did I not? I could have sworn I attached it. Load objects. This is where it gets the mesh. Weapon mesh component. Ah, hang on. Hang on a minute. Ah, here we go. Grip point. Aha, right. So if I go, it's not that one. So if we go to blueprints, we go to my AI. Yep. Browse to that. Okay. That didn't work. What? Right, hang on. Blueprints, main character, basic. Right, here we go. So we go in here, and it's like here we add socket, and I think I just call it this. Oh, grip point, and then close that. Close that. Pull this bit down. Yep, there we go. Well, it's moved position. You can clearly see gun in hand, and it moves with the hand as well. So now we should see a lot of animated shitty guns moving around. That was weird. Let me go back to blueprints somewhere. I go here. Okay. That was weird. How interesting. They don't seem to be able to patrol anymore. What's happening? Nothing. How odd. I don't know how that's come about. Okay. That's interesting. So hang on, if I stop that. So it works fine for me. They're all like stopped. Unless that's not right. Game mocap basics. Character mesh. SK mannequin. Hmm. I'm not sure why they've stopped patrolling. I'm just gonna close it. Because I haven't changed anything to do with that. Just double check. Uh, Floor changed somehow? Um, but yeah, nothing else has changed. Reload task. It's literally all I've done. Hmm. Okay, let's see what happens. Hmm. It seems unlikely that that would be the problem. Um, but yeah, they just ain't be moving. If I shoot them. Why is that happening now? That's so weird. They used to just smoothly walk towards me, no problem. I need to change the melee range. That's a nice improvement at least. Hey, I got my own light. Wonderful. They should turn on in a second. There we go. What have we got? Cool. Look at that. Loot box 3, loot box 4. Wonderful. I can equip some different stuff. Military legs, different gun, sidearm. I can get my pistol. Pew pew pew. Reload. Pew pew pew. Reload. Switch. Switch. Cool. Um. Yeah, they ain't moving. And when they get their knife equipped, they do. Hmm. Let's see. Reload task. Passing it in. Got this weapon swapping system. And that's it. So the only things you've changed here. You got rid of that. Great weapon. Equipment swap task. New task perform. And that works for them. Something isn't working. Okay, so I've got this AI asset. So if I could get rid of the changes I've made to that. Or not. Can I? Somewhere over the rainbow. I should be able to simulate with like a specific animation or something. I hope so. How do you do that again? Maybe what? Don't know. Okay, fine. Alright, round two. Oh well, my equipment swap stuff works. Well, there we go, finally undid it. Not sure what difference it thinks I've made to those, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Because their navigation's clearly working, but they're just not moving anymore. We're kind of moving. I wonder if the actual models themselves for the weapons, the meshes, mesh component. So if I go here, if I set huh? Okay. Could that be it? It's possible the weapon's interfering with the animation. There's a lot of intricacies to things like this that you just never experience until you have to do the damn thing yourself. It's all like one or two lines of code different. But we'll see. I'm suspicious it's that. It would be weird, but best I can think of at the moment. Nope, they be chilling. Like spazzing out for some reason. And now he's freely power walking. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, at least he's got a knife now. Actually in his hand. Go on. Off you pop. No, go on. Yeah, that grip point's really fucked things up. I wonder if I need to do something different. Oh, hang on. It's not there. Go here. So if there's a grip point, bone name. So we stopped it from doing that force always animate. So if I go here, um, cool. Yeah, I've got all of these to make use of, so once I start figuring that out, I will. Currently, I think Power Walk's what we've got. Seems to work in here still. Obviously, it works on my character. They're having some trouble. So okay, let's prove what it is. So if I go to weapon, I do this. We don't apply the static mesh. Gotta use some standard debugging shit here. Bloody hell. Oh, my throat's dying already. It's the one thing about streaming that I can never seem to do anymore. I don't know why. I never used to have problems talking for long periods of time. Nah, they're still stuck. They're all just standing there. There's some state that they must be checking that I'm unaware of. It's got nothing to do with the weapon whatsoever. So somehow they've like disassociated from like picking the next action or something. So how do they handle reloading? Why is that doing it only on there? Hmm. It's like the patrols stopped for some reason. Let's do this. Oh. The patrol paths changed. Have I moved the world? Is that what happened? And if I close this... So I shouldn't have changed either of these. I wonder if I've accidentally moved the floor to be higher than the spline points. So I shouldn't have changed anything else. Everything here looks about right. The good thing about all this is if I start becoming unable to upload the assets, the absolute core principle of this is just all the logic behind everything. Hopefully, I was trying to move all of the C++, all of the blueprint code from the UI into the into C++, but it didn't really work very well. So see that didn't see the navigation points before. They're still not doing it though. Okay, let's have a look. That's a simple check. Okay, the patrol path is coming back as null. Huh? Oh, recompile summon. There's no way they're not hitting this. Hmm. Are they just not ticking for some reason? I accidentally got rid of their ability to tick? No? Anything in here? Nope. So I don't know why that was necessary. Hmm. We have nav mesh and stuff, right? So we can move, and they can move. And so if I go over here, so they hit this. Needs ammo. Target isn't. So they're not even like. When did that change then? Blah blah blah. Get ammo is inactive. Attack with weapon. Find new target. Event triggered. Move to. Yeah, I need to fix that as well, actually. Hang on. I think I just need to do that. Determine next action or nav done. Determine next action. Alright. Why am I doing that? It's a bit random. Okay, let's see what it hits, because I'm very confused. Something should. Right, so begin play gets hit. Okay. And nothing else. I am very confused. Right, nav done. Okay, so the navigation isn't being complete. So I just do build all. Where's my set inactive timer? Okay. It's not like deprecated or something, is it? Right, just wait. So I think it's 15 seconds. See what happens. Um, Come on, something's got to happen. Okay, so they do actually hit the is inactive. Ignore. Okay, does that mean they're moving now? I don't see movement. There's some up there. Yeah, no, they're just chilling. And then they cleanly run up to me. Oh, hang on. Oh, right, yeah, that was my, yeah, right. Um, yeah, I don't have a fucking clue, basically. Pardon me. Hmm. Why am I setting it inactive false? Oh, hang on. That was meant to be there. Oh. Let's change this around. Hmm. is inactive is true. Let's set that to true at the end of this. And change that. See what it does. I mean, my boy just started shooting at me, so whatever. Okay, that, hang on, I need to do it in. Oh, good, right, they're moving again. Kind of. Let me, rectify this guy a second. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Something was going wrong with the determined this. I don't know why that's there. That was weird. So yeah, for some reason this navigation generation finish delegate thing wasn't working. I mean, I should just put this like at the top or something. And just get rid of that entirely. And get rid of that. Actually, yeah. Isn't active. Go here. Something like that. Okay, well, whatever. Who knows? Alright, I think I actually like play a game or something in a minute. Don't rightly know what. So this is gonna be added weapons swapping tasks fixed AI. That would do. Push that up. I'm trying to commit all of my code changes sort of in sequence with my streams so that they're at least synced. Makes it a bit easier for me at the very least. I like to think most of this is pretty good. I also see the irony of, hang on, this is, it's going to do something regardless. Oh, actually, no, it might not. It might not. We'll leave it. 3 seconds. Let's give it like 5. I also need to detect AI that somehow spawn in non-navigable areas. Not sure. I'm sure there's an easier means of figuring out stuff like that. Because there should be, as part of the... Oh, where's it gone? It was in here. So there's this. And it's like... Yeah, they removed the get random stuff, which is annoying. How do I show? Outlining? No. Um, that's not quite what I'm looking for. Somewhere in view. Get in class view, right? No. I would have thought this would. Okay, sure. Um, come on, you can do it. Wow, it be struggling. I'll give it a minute. Are you going to? No, okay. Ah, sorry, I'll give up for now anyway. Yeah, you can shut it down. Ah, goodness me. Um, oh, hang on, I'm just checking messages and things. Oh, okay. Yeah, doesn't matter. Right. Um, okay. I think that'll be it for me for now. Unfortunately, I need to do other things anyway, but I will be playing games at some point, but my neighbour's going to come around in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, at which point probably don't want to be midstream. So, um, I'm out tomorrow and Wednesday, not Thursday. Thursday. All right, I'll come back on Thursday. Probably plan an entire evening of things. So, see you guys around.